Hey, Sal, do you mind not sharing the screen for a second?
Okay.
Perfect. There we go. Let's see those big, beautiful faces. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to give folks just like 30 to 60 more seconds here before we hand it over to the Fundraise Up team, Sal and Nick. We're going to take you through a journey, an experience, songs, dances. Well, maybe not both of those, but we'll see what we can do. It's the end of 2 long days, so I'm starting to get a little loopy, so sorry about that. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to introduce these 2 folks who are quickly becoming friends. We've had a number of calls. A charity that I actually support said, hey, you should reach out and talk to these folks at Fundraise Up. They've got a really cool donation platform that I think you'd like. And I liked the person who suggested, and I liked the organization, so I said yes. We set up a demo, and sure enough, I was really, really impressed. And I do a lot of demos, and I'm rarely very impressed. And 2 things that really stood out is, one, a lot of the things that we've found in our testing and research, both what works and what nonprofits are doing or not doing, is kind of baked into the product, which is great. That's what really products, I think, should be doing, is helping solve those problems so that you can spend more time sending emails and making asks and connecting with donors and not, fiddling with buttons behind the scenes. So that was really cool. And then they had a huge emphasis on testing and data, which is our love language. So, being able to say, hey, this is why we do a tip suggestion. This is why we do a nudge halfway through about recurring gift. They're testing and optimizing the product on your behalf, which is really, really cool. So I'm quickly a fan. We're partnering on some research in the future as well, which would be really cool. So with that, I will hand it over to Sal and Nick. You guys, thank you so much for being sponsors and a part of this conference, and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Nick, thanks for lending your good looks to this.
Of course, it's my pleasure as always, Sal.
Cool. All right, everyone. So let's see here quickly. I'm going to go ahead and move this screen down here, and I'm going to go ahead and share a screen here just for a second before we go back to some other fun and games. Let me mute my phone because that's going to be a problem. All right, so we're talking about what should a donation form look like in 2020, right? This is a big topic. Donation forms are all the NextAfter guys look at. Well, not all, but it's a big part of it, the impact, the whole flow. And we just want to talk about it. We're going to do a demo. We don't want this to only be a demo. We want to talk. We want to open up for some conversation. Feel free to drop in the chat, put questions, things like that, and respond, okay? So let's go ahead and stop the screen share for a second. I'm going to play a little game here, okay? Let's go ahead and play this game. Nick, you want to play this game with me?
I would love to play a game.
I'm going to show a bunch of objects.
Okay.
You need to guess what they have in common.
Okay.
Brady, you can play as well if you'd like. All right, let's see here. What am I going to start with? And I'll show the camera. I'll show everyone at home as well. So let's see here. I got these.
Cool.
All right, so
That's
here we
cool.
go. Everyone at home.
Some gems of some sort.
Some gemstones. Okay.
I like these. Okay.
Okay, there's number 1.
Very interesting.
Next. All right, here we go. Here you go. Want to take those away from you?
Sure. I kind of like them though. I might want them back.
You can have them right when we're done.
Oh, this is cool. Some shells.
Seashells.
I love shells.
For those keeping track at home, we have gemstones and seashells.
I hear Sally sells them down by the seashore.
I would not be able to pull it off, especially during a live recording. All right, what else do I got? Here we go.
Oh.
And here, you got a couple of them, but for everyone at home, you get to see. Here you go.
Some farm animals.
Some farm animals, some livestock, right? Some livestock. Oh, this is a fun one.
Oh, what is this? Oh, that's kind of heavy. I might need to work out a little bit more.
There you go.
Iodized salt.
Salt, everyone.
Okay, very cool.
Salt.
Very cool.
And finally,
a check. That's what I like to see.
I know.
It's blank too. It means I can write in any amount I want. Thank you, Sal.
You got it.
Keep that.
You can keep that. I've already crossed out the routing number. All right. Anybody guess what all of those things have in common? Let's see if anybody's in the chat. Maybe you have it on this screen.
I hope that it's not the raise I've been asking for.
I see. Somebody, I think, nailed it. I think that is right. I'm going to go ahead, Julie, and elaborate on your response. Yeah. These are all outdated forms of transaction and currency.
Absolutely.
All right. So you notice there was a check in there as well. This, the cash, that's on its way out as well. So that's the experiment there. Things that are outdated forms of currency. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again here for a second because I want to elaborate on that. Okay. Here we go. Let's go through this. So times have changed, right? Currency is no longer livestock or salt, or at least not in the world that we live in here. We don't use fax machines anymore. Checks are outdated.
So I don't need this, is what you're saying.
You don't need that. Somebody, that prefers that, you might want to give it to them. I know a lot of you are parts of organizations that may prefer checks, right?
Sounds like a lot of work, Sal.
It sounds like a lot of work. You have to wait for it to come in, and but you're saving 2%, right, or 3% of the processing fees. Put a pin there for a second. How many organizations, or let's say for-profit companies, are accepting or preferring that, regardless of the fee? They have the same fees everyone else does, but it's not used. It's not used anymore. There's a reason. Reason. I think there's a reason.
I'm curious about it.
All right. So nowadays, along with those other things that have changed, online transactions are usually pretty easy, right? So how does for-profit make sure that a transaction happens, right? We're a nonprofit innovation, optimization. For-profit, they have their own conferences for this, I'm sure, right? But how do they do it? Well, they deliver emotion, right? They make sure they have that excitement through the product. They don't distract you. What else? Any ideas?
True. Well, definitely they reduced those keystrokes because I just placed a massive order on Amazon within a couple of clicks. Very dangerous. Glad today was payday. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked out. But absolutely. They made it really, really easy.
Every keystroke that e-commerce and for-profit can take away from a consumer, the more likely they are to donate. They make it easy. That's the bottom line. Make it easy to buy. Right, here's some examples we have. This is the for-profit world. Remember, everybody, we're talking for-profit here. This is for-profit. For-profit, make sure a transaction happens. We click on the add to cart, slides out from the right. Does it open a new tab?
No.
Does it go to some off-domain thing?
No. Slides right open on that page.
Does it take you to another page?
Never seen it.
Do they send you somewhere else if you want to pay with a different pay? No, they don't, right? Okay. Here's another example here. This is Shopify. They have their own mobile wallets here. Very clear express checkout. How many of you out there have express donation checkouts?
I hope it's a lot of you.
I hope.
If right now your only option is credit card, well, then I'm glad you're here. Because
I saw one that had the only option was check, and it was online. I don't know how they're doing it. J. Crew, right? Here you go. I'm in the checkout. I'm making my purchase, right?
That's a great blouse, by the way.
It's a great blouse.
I think you're gonna look great in that.
maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Not me. pre 40s, let's say. So here we go. I see the product. Quick payment options. Boom, boom, boom. I'm done. Again, this is jet.com. Apple Pay. They know that I'm on an iPhone.
Absolutely.
They're like, this is the way to do it. You pay with Apple Pay because it's going to be fast. We're going to close that deal.
Tap, and you're done.
Okay. Didn't want to spoil a surprise there. I almost went too fast. Okay. Nonprofit tech, right? About 10 years behind for-profit. Okay. So did I miss this? I didn't miss a screen here. Okay. So look at this donation form here.
I'm looking at it. I don't like it.
If I click PayPal, I go to one website. Apple Pay takes me to another place. I'm not sure what it does. I didn't have the bravado to go through that. Below that, we have more fields. I had to truncate the page to make it.
There's that many input fields.
It's about 30 or 40 at my count.
Oh my word.
Email and confirm email, right? So
blood type I see in there.
There's a blood type. So I saw one after
social security number.
Crazy. It's not even legal. I'm not sure what they're doing. Same amounts, one time and monthly. I don't think anybody's data. I'm going to go ahead and reiterate this. Here's my shirt. If anybody can see that in the little. We don't need roads where we're going. We just need more data. Same amounts, one time monthly. This is not in the realm of reality.
Right.
People don't give the same amount one time and monthly. Why are we showing the same thing? Amazon knows this. They show you a different price if you subscribe.
Oh no.
Here's another donation.
I think you made it worse, Sal. It's a lot.
Here we have another one. Kind of lacks the emotion there. Here's another. the names have been blurred to
I'm getting
protect
anxious,
the
Sal.
innocent. Okay.
There's a lot of tabs.
Going through, here's another, up top, it goes to one place. Again, the same amounts. There's a CAPTCHA, poor CAPTCHA,
Interesting.
poor donation form. So the big question here
Mm-hmm.
that I like to pose to everyone that I talk to is, what would the world look like? What would planet Earth, what would our country, what would the whole planet look like if nonprofit technology received the same obsessive focus on conversion and revenue as for-profit? For-profit has to do it,
Yeah.
right? Stakeholders, numbers they got to meet, things like that. What would the world look like?
I feel like there would be a lot more money to do more good in the world.
I think it's pretty much the only outcome, right? If for-profit and nonprofit had the same attention and given to the detail of making that donation easy. I'll tell you, we do conferences sometimes, back when conferences in person were a thing.
I miss them, by the way.
I miss them terribly. We'll see all you guys at the next NIO. We ask nonprofits, make a donation on your donation form. We'll give you $20. Just make a $20 donation. Most of them can't get through it. Why is it that difficult? So the question is, can nonprofits give donors a consumer level experience? Donors are consumers. Consumers are donors. There is no difference in the technology they use, in the things they do, in how they pay for things. Can they have that experience?
I'll be honest, Al, based on what we've seen so far, it doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like
I haven't
it, right?
I haven't seen a giving form that we've looked at that mirrored the experience that I have when I shop online. And I do it a lot, by the way.
Packages are arriving here at the office
Every day.
all the time.
Every day.
Just you wait, okay?
Okay.
So it's difficult, but it's not impossible. It can be costly to build things like Apple Pay and having different payment wallets when they come out and the new thing comes out and you need a developer and you need an agency and they're going to access an API. Apple, you need a merchant agreement. You need a lot of stuff.
Sounds expensive.
It's expensive. I did this at a nonprofit when I was digital director. I don't know if I told you the story. They said, add Apple Pay. I did the whole due diligence. It was going to be like $10,000 to get it up and running. Incredible. And it's not the expertise of it, nonprofits, right?
And it shouldn't have to be fair.
What's the expertise of nonprofits, Nick?
It should be to fill the world with more good, to fulfill their mission. They shouldn't have to worry about
Nailed it.
sitting at their computer trying to write code based on something they found on Stack Exchange.
Nailed it. Nailed it. So for-profit has entire teams or big agencies that just optimize this and they're driven by the bottom line. It's not the expertise of NPOs, so it's not so easy to do. But yes, nonprofits can do better, right? We'll look at
this.
Couple examples. This looks nice, right? This is not Fundraise Up, right? This is Charity Water. Flagship, huge nonprofit. They have probably 10 engineers, developers that work only on the donation form. Not many of us here in this chat, in this conference, have that luxury to have 10 engineers just working on a donation form all day.
That's right.
If any, right? I don't know.
Right.
Okay. So that's Charity Water. Fantastic, frictionless, nice. Express Donate, we saw that. This is UNICEF, right? Click the donate, checkout pops right up, right there. Clean, easy to read.
I like that sound. That looks good.
This is getting closer. We're getting warmer.
I think so.
Okay.
I like that heart.
There you go.
Nice looking heart.
It's a good heart. You know that heart's animated, by the way. I tried it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Little Bird told me they tried without the heart, and then they added the heart, and then conversion to monthly went up. Whoever made that form did some obsessive.
Clearly, UNICEF has that team that we've been talking about. 5-10 people running analytics, studying donor behavior.
Yeah, they do have a team. They do have a team.
Hmm.
This is true. But sometimes you know, even with a team. You know. Red Panda Network. This is a smaller nonprofit, great nonprofit. Looking out for red pandas.
I like that too.
There's one here in Brooklyn, Prospect Park.
Okay, nice.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. There was a film crew doing something the other day. My wife told me.
Very cool.
Took my daughter there. So there's a nice clean donation form. And here is another small nonprofit. I think there are just a few people there. Same exact donation form as UNICEF?
Yeah, that's
possible. How is that possible?
They must know somebody.
They must know somebody. Maybe they know somebody somewhere.
Somebody knows somebody.
That's right. Somebody knows somebody. So nonprofits can do better. These are small and large nonprofits executing on the online giving experience, making it frictionless,
Yeah.
making it easy. What happens when they do that? Just like on e-commerce,
Yeah.
numbers go through the roof, right? It's time.
Okay.
I'm going to take everybody through it. We're going to do it.
I'm ready for
All right.
this.
Nick, can you look at questions?
Absolutely. So
Anybody comes in?
as Sal runs you through what we're about to see, do feel free to drop into the Q&A, into the chat. I'll be on my laptop right over here in the corner answering your questions.
Fantastical. Magical. All right. So let's go ahead and look through an end-to-end modern donor experience. Okay. I'm going to head escape out of this. And this is a website. It's a fictional nonprofit. It's called helping-hand.org. Feel free to go there and check it out. Look at this website. There's calls to action to donate in so many places, but it doesn't feel like it. There's a donate button here. There's an ever-present donate button floating on the right. We have a donation form here, goal meters, impact cards. These are what Fundraise Up calls elements. These are just little snippets you grab from our dashboard, paste them into your website. No web developer needed. A/B tested, optimized already for you. So let's go ahead and click the Donate Now button. Boom. No redirect, no new page, no new tab, no losing the emotional moment that I was in there. It all goes through right away. We're going to run through this kind of quickly because there's no other way to do it with a Fundraise Up donation form except to do it pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and do a gift here, say 75. We have our tributes. We can do honor, memory, everything you're used to seeing. It's here and then some. Well, just including, international currencies, auto detection, geolocation. I'm thinking of how many other jargon words I can drop on everybody. Oh, there we go. Become a monthly supporter. It's trying to convert my 75 into a $25 monthly gift. This feature can double or triple the number of monthly donors you are acquiring. This feature alone, based on case studies, data, it's coming out of our ears around here, and we can share that with you if you want to. But for this demo, I'm going to go ahead and keep a $75 gift. Here we go. I'm already here to check out. So cover processing fees. This feature that Fundraise Up has added, we uncheck the box, we take the gold stars away. We have the gold stars if you check the box. Seems ridiculous, seems like minutia. It's not. Those gold stars, we took our donation percentage of cover fees from 86% to 92% by adding the gold stars. Those gold stars are worth a lot to your organization. We're covering Fundraise Up fees as well as Stripe processing fees. So that's all bundled together. And the payment options here are dynamic. They're going to change based on device, based on my amount, based on the kind of gift. And we're going to prioritize and dynamically show them based on what's going to convert better. You're bringing them to the website already. It's just that you're losing maybe half of them or more due to donation form complexities, anti-fraud, flags, things like that. So, we're going to optimize that for them, show them the payment method that gets them through. I'm going to click on this. Let's go ahead and use a test card here. Right, bam, 0424. I said bam. What? I think this is Emerald Lagasse hour. I don't know.
I like it, Sal.
I like the reference. Are you too young? I don't know.
I am.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on donate here. That blue bar is filling up. That means we're checking for fraud. We're checking for sufficient funds. We're checking for expiration date. Get the payment method correct before we take them through the process, because nothing kills a donation vibe like an error at the end of filling out 30 fields on a form, right? Am I right, people? All right. Email address, putting in the email address. We're going to validate that email address, make sure that it's a good email address before you get it. If it fails our validation, we'll ask them to fix it. Some check boxes here if you want to add them. I click on continue. Green check mark is coming up. There it is. My donation's done. We're done. We're finished. Right? If I close this window, the donation happened. It's in the past. We have the email. We have the name. We have everything we need to issue the receipt and keep them moving forward. So you can make the mailing address optional. You can make it required. We do see that when the mailing address is required, there's about a 15 to 20% reduction in conversion rate. So that's something that you want to Choose wisely if you choose to offer this functionality with your donation form, with ours, etc. So again, you saw there as I was typing, it was auto-completing for me. Why? Consumers are used to auto-complete. When's the last time anybody had to type the entire address into Google Maps? Anybody? Have you ever? An entire address in Google Maps?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It doesn't happen. You can't.
Yeah.
So I click on next. Okay. So we did get the address there, right? Because I gave it. If I were concerned with privacy issues, ecological issues of mail, paper, etc., I would have skipped that step. And then here we go. We can do corporate matching. We integrate with Double the Donation, right? So we can either tell you, the employer, or we can pass it to your Double the Donation account. If you don't have a Double the Donation account, we can give you one at a no contract, no annual or monthly fee. No problem. So I can go in here and I can say, I work at Home Depot, or I work at Paramount Pictures, and it's going to go ahead and tell me you do not work at Paramount Pictures, you are an employee of Viacom CBS. It's a smart search. It's going to look at everything in the corporate matching database, giving you the possibility to get a corporate match on every donation, not just the ones that you have time to process. Boom, pitch over on that. I'm done. That's it. So at the end of it, this is another best practice. At the end of a successful emotional journey, ask them to share on social media. Ask them to share it on social media. There's no better moment to get someone to brag about themselves than when they're generous, right? Or we can flip that if you're not as cynical as I am and brag about the things that they care about the most. Choose your own story.
I love it, Sal.
All right, so that's really it. That's the entire donation process. I could take you back into the dashboard and show you how amazing all the data we show you and how easy it is to do things. We give donors a donor portal where they're able to just log in with their email address, no username and password. We send them a link and they are able to tap that link and log in, like Slack, right? Slack has that magic link. We do that and they'll be able to log into a donor portal, download their history of receipts. All of this is included. Everything we're talking about is all included. And I want to tell everyone, I usually do this in the beginning when I talk to nonprofits, but this is a different situation. There's no contract with Fundraise Up.
You're kidding.
Never locked in.
That's amazing.
Right?
I'm still amazed. I know this information and I'm still amazed.
He's feigning surprise. There's no contract. You're never locked in. You can leave whenever you want. We have not had one nonprofit leave in 2 years because there's really very little, if anything, that can bring those results to online giving if that is a focus of your nonprofit. So you get the donor portal. Donors are now able to adjust their monthly gift on their own, change the amounts, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and take a beat here, and I want to see if there's any questions.
I'm going to come back over here and join you.
Oh, I love
we
it.
have
We
gotten
laptops here next to each other.
We've gotten some really great questions from people who have been enjoying the presentation, and some of them I want to make sure that we're able to adjust live here in the presentation.
Okay.
And Brady did ask for a little dance earlier, so
I was just complying.
I hope you're enjoying it, everyone. So let me start with this question, because we were just looking at donor portal, and this individual's asking, why are you offering somebody access to a donor portal without requiring a password or a username? Like, we're looking at their financial information essentially. Like, why would you?
Sure.
It seems not secure.
Sure. So this is,
how does it work?
It's a secure link that's hashed to their email address. So we send them a link to their email. It's only accessible from that email address, much the way that you get a password reset link, or if you're invited to a Slack channel, you just tap it and you're in. Same technology, and we're not showing any credit card data. There's no payment information there. The worst that someone with malicious intent could do is give more to a nonprofit.
We love that.
Hey, if that happens, we're okay. Everyone's okay. But that doesn't happen, thankfully, because it is a secure hashed link.
Absolutely. Another great question that has repeated itself a couple times now is, what CRMs do we integrate with, if any? Sure.
It's a tough one, right? We integrate with Zapier, and a lot of people, half of the audience went, yay, and half of them went, wah, wah.
Yeah, it's not always great to have to go through a third-party tool.
Absolutely
just to get
not.
the data to my database.
Which is why we have a native Salesforce integration, native
Okay.
Razor's Edge NXT integration,
Okay.
native Bloomerang integration,
Okay.
native Kindful integration.
Okay.
Working on more of them for 2021.
Wow.
We have
Okay.
custom data exports, full export of your data. Use Zapier, use export, use a native.
Amazing.
It's all there.
Amazing.
Make it happen.
I love it.
And
I'm blown away.
all these integrations until the end of the year are free for life for those that come on board this year.
So
Normally about 20, 30
just to
bucks.
make sure I understand this. So if I'm a nonprofit
Yes, sir.
and I really love what I've seen today and I want to get started with Fundraise Up, if I join the Fun Fam, as we call it
it
here,
Fun Fam.
Fun Fam, welcome in. If I join before the end of this year, you'll waive those fees for me.
Correct.
That's amazing.
No add-on fees, no integration fees, support, setup, no contract, nothing. We don't even
This
have
is amazing.
ways to issue invoices. We don't even want your credit card.
Amazing. Here's another great question about processing tribute gift information.
Yes.
That's an easy answer.
Sorry, I thought there was more to it. Processing. We do tributes. We can map
Yes.
that data to your CRM, give it to you, give it to
Yes.
them, give it.
Absolutely.
We do tributes. We send the e-card.
Yes.
Maybe next year we're going to send the printed card if you want us to, but for now,
Absolutely.
we'll let you know. You can send the printed materials.
Amazing. I love it. Let's see. Here's a great question.
I'm ready.
Unique URLs, making testing a lot easier. Not sure I fully understand that question.
And those unique URLs make testing a lot easier. Yes, we have test mode that you can run
Right.
the checkout in. You can sync test data
Yeah.
to CRMs.
And actually, while we're talking about these unique URLs, that actually is a really cool feature of our platform where you can launch any checkout experience for any campaign that you're running with a unique URL, which can unlock the door
Absolutely.
to a lot of cool ways to link to a checkout experience.
Just go to our booth, grab a demo. We're going to show you so many mind-blowing things that you can do and open up new possibilities. Margaret, quickly, I see that. How long you've been in business? Founded in 2017. Already working with UNICEF, Save the Children, American Heart Association, a lot of other nonprofits, and all the way down to local, regional, et cetera, nonprofits like animal shelters here in Brooklyn and so on. So
I love it. Let's see some other questions in here.
Jonathan, yes. Jonathan May, yes. We can ask them for a mailing address so you can send a physical card.
Here's a question that I love from Katrina here. Can you run different campaigns and track them? And I just have to say, Sal, like this is one of my favorite features of our platform where you can create a near infinite number of campaigns
Sure.
within the platform.
Exactly.
Each one of them fully customized.
Fully customized. So you can have the thank you email for your general donation form have X information, but then you have a celebrity sponsor
Right.
or a corporate sponsor. You want to send a thank you email that's co-branded or have that celebrity's face, you can send different acknowledgement emails for
Amazing.
that one. But yes, and we can track them and they get into separate buckets. If you're advanced enough to be using UTM tags and things like this, we can track and scrape all that data also.
Amazing. I think we have time for just a couple more questions. This is a really important one from Nicole. We've seen this pop up a couple times now. Does Fundraise Up work with Canadian organizations?
We made a special effort for Canadian.
Very cool.
So we can set your account to Canadian mode and that will issue tax receipts that are compliant in Canada.
And I hear it's so much friendlier too,
Just
as the Canadians
as
are.
the yes, the dashboard becomes friendlier when it's in Canada
I
mode.
love that.
Yeah.
Well, there are so many
More
other
polite.
questions in here, a lot more than we have time to answer.
Please jump into the booth, right?
Yes, absolutely. If you head back to the main exhibition hall and you click on those booths and exhibits, you can scroll over and visit our team in the Fundraise Up booth. We are ready and standing by to answer your questions, dive in a little deeper with some of the details of the platform. And I'll be honest, the best way to learn more about it is to book a demo with us. It's a truly incredible platform. And I can say that having been a Fundraise Up customer and then a partner in our partner network, deploying it for clients, and now, of course,
And came on board.
having the privilege to work
This
with
is
this
something
beautiful
Nick
man.
and I have in common. We were both customers of
That's
Fundraise
right.
Up that saw exponential growth in online revenue. We said, we got to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
It's just
It's amazing.
about a
So
year.
we want to make all of this possible for all of you who are attending NIO this year.
That's it.
That's it.
I think that's it. We're good.
That's simple.
Awesome. Thank you very much, both you guys. I like the banter demo. It was a new take. I like it.
We try to stay fresh.
Gotta stay.
So there you go, everyone. The next session does start right now. If you are a premium ticket holder, you can go over there and check out Jen Shang's session on how to love donors during COVID-19. Otherwise, get those swag points, visit booths like Fundraise Up, and then the final session will be at 4:30 with Jeff Giddens talking about digital first fundraising. So thank you all so much. Thanks, Sal. Thanks, Nick.
See you next time, everyone.
Big nose in the shadow. Look at that.